Over my many months of creating content solely about the Dimitrescus, I have received many comments from people who cannot tell the daughters apart. This has always been strange to me, considering they really only share one or two similarities. So, here I am, attempting to briefly explain each daughter and how they're different from one another, ranging from in-game models to personality. Let's start with this. When trying to differentiate them, remember the simple trick that their names go in alphabetical order. Alcina is the mother and the oldest Dimitrescu, Bela is the oldest daughter, Cassandra is the middle daughter, and Daniella is the youngest daughter. Bela, being the oldest, is often quieter and seeks praise from her mother, even going as far as to imply she's the favorite. She's also implied to be the smartest of the three, which is a voice line said by her youngest sister, Daniella. What's ironic about her is that she doesn't like messes, yet she has the bloodiest face, seen here. She likely ingested the most blood or flesh, seeing how she's the oldest and the makeshift leader of the trio. Let's take a look at her features. She's well known by her blonde hair, red pendant, the smeared mascara, and the blood on her face that almost looks like a smile. All three sisters share the same flower tattoo on their foreheads, and they all have the same gem and sword necklaces on their chests. However, Bela looks different from her sisters. Aside from the blonde hair, she also has full lips, a longer nose, and a rectangular head shape. Her features are sharp, but not nearly as defined as Cassandra's. She often has a bored expression on her face, and even what appears to be shorter eyebrows than her sisters. She's the first sister we meet when Ethan enters the castle and the one that puts a sickle through his leg. Later on, we find her in the cellar after going through many Moroica, and she is killed off in the kitchens. Cassandra, like previously stated, is the middle daughter. She's the chattiest and most sarcastic of the three, giving voice line after voice line when she's first introduced in the Dimitrescu wing.
I haven't cut open a man in a while. Let me string you up, slice your jelly, and just watch. Taken alive, dead, which would you prefer? I can't hold back any longer. How's it feel?
She also bites the most. Cassandra has the second bloodiest face, some of which looks smeared onto her cheekbone, possibly where she has wiped at her mouth. She has dark brown hair and bears a yellow pendant, and unlike her sisters, is the only one with no visible makeup aside from her lipstick. She has thinner lips, a flatter or wider nose, and a square jaw, as well as sharper features. You can often find her smiling or laughing in some capacity, as she gets rather excited during a hunt, which is what she calls her interactions with Ethan. We see her throughout the castle, as she seems to consider it her hunting grounds. It's not uncommon for her to pop out of nowhere and scare the shit out of the player, something that further backs up how good of a huntress she is. However, she's killed off in the armory. Bonus. Did you know Cassandra has a lazy right eye? It's most often seen when she's excited, and here are some pictures I have as proof. can also be noted that she often keeps her head bowed or lowered with her hood covering her features, even seen in her in-game model, and I wonder if this is because of her lazy eye or something else. Daniella is the flirtiest and most immature one. However, her having a more childish personality does not mean she is a literal child and does not excuse the infantilization of her. She's a canonical murderer. I'm going to stop here because I could literally ramble about this for hours. Anyways, she's still as sadistic as her sisters, and I believe she uses her flirtatious personality to lure in her victims and make them feel as though they can trust her, only for her to stab them in the back. She's often delusional of what reality is, going as far as to be obsessive over thinking someone is in love with her and punishing them when they don't treat her how she expects them to. She has the least amount of blood on her face, potentially implying that she didn't consume as much as her sisters during Village, likely because she's the youngest. She's distinguished by her red hair and green pendant. Daniella is a special case for me when it comes to her own face shape. She has a chubbier face than her sisters, and I fully think Capcom is full of cowards for not giving them different body types. As far as I know, they all have the same body type, but that won't stop me from writing them differently. Aside from having a chubbier and less defined face, she also seems to have thinner lips, what I believe to be a more Eurocentric nose, and an oval head shape. We only see her in the library after finding the key to unlock it, and unlike her sisters, she runs when she's weakened by the cold from the skylight.
So you finally came to see me. Everyone calls me. Why are you doing this?
She'll only fight if you get too close to her, and she'll often hide behind bookshelves to surprise you or run up behind you, like she did to me several times in Village of Shadows and made me shriek. She's probably one of the easiest boss fights you'll encounter, and she's killed off in the library. I could definitely go further into their characters and personalities, but I'll save those for the essays I'm going to write on them. For comparison though, here's each sister beside one another where you can see their individual differences. While I am struggling with prioritizing what to work on, be it the fic, games, or the essays, I'm hoping to get Cassandra's character essay out within a week or two, but I make no promises. I do put a lot of work into how I characterize these lovely ladies, and I want a video essay to be as good as I can get it. As much as I'd love to just make content for you all, I do have an actual job to pay bills, and that makes it harder to want to write anything when I am a slave to capitalism. I am trying my best though. I hope y'all are staying safe and happy in these trying times, and don't forget to drink plenty of water and eat lots of food. Thank you so much for watching.